Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of how to make War Dragons great again. So, um, yeah, so let's begin. Today we're just gonna, whatever comes to mind, we're just gonna talk about it. As I tend to forget what I want to talk about, like the ideas that I have. So, while talking about it, if I have an idea that comes to mind, I will try to add it to this video. So yeah, let's begin. The first thing that I want to talk about is this middle main base that has your builder hut, your storage hut, your den, your breeding area, and your research. I feel like this area is a circle. It needs to be a better design. Um, so, you know, it can be an unusual shape, it can be a better shape, but it's all inside of a circle. And I don't know, it kind of throws me off, but I do like the design. I just think everything is cramped together and it just needs to improve. I feel like in other games, you will always have a way of adding extra storage, extra builder huts, extra stuff to to make your base look bigger. And I feel like it would be so nice if they can improve the design of this main base and add more towers to it. Because I also have an idea that I want to add to this. But with um, by adding more towers, you can make it look full. And I feel like this would really improve the design on this main base. Right now, the base is very simple, it's very crammed together, but there's really nothing there, and I just feel like they need to add more to it. For instance, the mills and the farms could become one mill and one farm, and they can be a separate building inside this base. And then you can have two storage huts based on your storage, on how much storage you got. You can have an extra builder hut possibly. Um, and other towers, like I've had an idea for a training event, having uh, a main tower or building that you know trains your troops, or even as a storage area for your troops, or um, but I feel like you can add so much to this and make it bigger and make it a more unusual design, instead of a circle. The reason why is, the next idea is, I really want this game to have like a third person perspective, where you can walk around inside the main base and see the towers up close. And I really like the idea of games that have that feature of you being able to walk around the city or the town and look at the stuff, like your farms, your buildings. I feel like it's very nice. I feel like it would be very nice of this game to have it because, you can walk around, go inside the den and see the dragons, or see it as the way you currently see it as, and then if you leave, you can see the buildings as 3D, as a 3D design. And I feel like that would be so nice. And you being able to walk around, go out, and pass the bridge and see your other islands, your towers, your mission areas, and like your other buildings that you may have here, or your actual towers that you attack with. I mean, I feel like it would be so nice to have a way to travel through the base and see everything in a 3D design for a third person point of view. And then, I mean, like, they have all this stuff here, like the bridges that connect the islands. I feel like it would be so nice. And it doesn't have to be the same design. This island could be a complete different design from this, like seasonal wise, it could be different. And it would be so nice because a player could be like, wow, this is so, it could be like GTA, it could be like GTA, but as an War Dragon perspective. And or I don't know if it's RPG or MMO RPG games that have like the 3D perspective. I don't know, but I feel like being able to travel through the base and see everything in a 3D design would be very cool. And then also, I really don't like the fact that the ships just stay in one area forever. I feel like they need to start moving around too. And then also have like floating ships too. It would be nice. Um, just seeing floating ships flying past every few seconds would be pretty cool too. What else? The next idea is actually gonna be the forge. The forge is very outdated. It's been saying update coming soon for the past, I don't know how many years. It's been multiple years now. But I don't like the fact that you can forge only 5 at a time, and each of them have its own timing. So if one is done forging, um, it starts to forge the other one. It doesn't forge all of them at once. I feel like PG, what they can do for the forge is, for instance, if I want to forge a 3 hour speed up, they should let us pick the 3 hour speed up and then let us pick an amount that we want to forge. And then PG can just put in the amount of time it takes to forge it. And I feel like it would be more. Uh, I feel like it would work so much better than the current state it is in. And then it can be so. It's such a good idea because, for instance, if you need energy packs, you can forge energy packs uh, as much as you want. Just PG puts in the amount of time. Right now, one 3 hour speed up takes 10 hours. So imagine you try to forge 100 3 hour speed ups. PG can, uh, put some discounts to it at least. Instead of waiting like 30 days, they can do a discount time where instead of waiting 30 days, you can wait 20 days. I feel like it would, there's a good way that PG could, they can put it in their own time and be like, hey, if you're forging 100 3 hour speedups, then it's gonna take a long time. But the idea is, I feel like instead of forging 5 at a time, they should be allowed. They should let us pick the amount that we want to forge, and then they can just do the timing of how long it's gonna take. So that's the idea for the forge. And yeah, I feel like this will be a very good way to improve the game's needs of needing energy packs. Inner fire speed ups would be very improved with this idea. Yeah, and then I did have an idea. I think I don't know if I added it to my last video, was to make a separate building for chests. That, for instance, if you attack in this game, sometimes you can win prizes from the attack. From you can win speed ups, chests, or rubies. And I feel like it would be so nice to have a. I know we have a event chest, but it would be nice to have just a normal chest where whatever you collect from your attacks that you don't want to use, it can be saved to the chest until you want until you want to use it. Would be nice. I think I added it to my last video, but just in case if I didn't, I want to add it to this. The next one is missions. Missions and quests are very underrated in this game. For instance, missions. There's only 3 missions. There's no bonuses. There's nothing. Just 3 missions that take a certain amount of time to renew. I feel like missions needs to be more than 3, at least 6 or 8 missions, and then have a bonus section for missions. Bonus missions for players that want extra stuff, and then possibly even a daily missions could even work too. Your normal missions could be 3, and then you can have bonus missions that can be like 6 to 8 different missions, and then you can have your daily missions that just constantly pop up without no if you finish the mission, it puts you a new mission right away, just so you can keep doing missions. I feel like this would really improve the game because players, I feel like missions and quests are what really keep players playing, is missions and quests, because they gain more resources, they get more excited, and they want to keep playing. So, more quests and more missions. Secondly, let's go to quests. I don't know why, but quests can be the same freaking quest for the past 10 years. Like, a quest that you don't finish will never change until you finish it. I feel like quests should be able to change every few hours. It shouldn't be the same quest for the past 20 to 10 to 20 years. I feel like this would improve a lot for this game if quests just changed every couple hours. And then have more quests. I don't know why, but there's only 2 quests here, and that's because these are the ones that I haven't finished. But yeah, and just have reasonable quests at least. Um, we know a lot of people, like friends wise, none of my friends play this game, but have reasonable quests. Don't try to recruit players to a game by with a quest. Have like most new games will have like, oh hey, if you um, recruit one of your friends or people that you'll get 100 diamonds, or not 100 but a little bit more than that. Have it like that. Don't put it into a quest. It's weird, and then they get stuck trying to never to finish that quest. And then there's this new quest here. I don't know how this works because some of the dragons I don't have, that is. So this is kind of weird too. At least make it in a way where the player has that dragon to do that quest, or that little attack quest, I guess it is. Um, but yeah, that was the next thing. Let's go to research. Research is very weird. I don't like the research because everything is mixed up and crammed together. From your attack, from your defense, to your dragon, not your dragon, to your resources. Defense, attack, and resources are all mixed up in quests. Not quests, I'm sorry, in your resource hall. It needs to be separated. Not all, it should be, research should be separate from attack. Attack should be separate from defense. For you, like for instance, I want to improve my attack, but I have to go through research of resources and defense, and then get to the attack. But attack also has a mix of uh, defense and resource. It just makes no sense. For instance, I should be able to pick attack and just do all attack. And then if I want to do research of defense, I should be able to pick defense and do defense. Uh, I just don't like how this game PG. I don't like how PG just mixes up everything. It just makes no sense of them to do like this. If they want their game to feel less outdated, they need to improve it. They're not improving it. I just see new towers, new stuff coming to the game, but no improvement to the main stuff. You know, the forge is still outdated. The quests, there's barely any quests, barely any missions, and the the uh the events are boring. Like there's nothing to improve the game. Like this is why the game is so bad, failing. Why it's so slow. It's because they don't know how to improve it. But yeah, like who even a developer, a first developer, will never be like, oh yeah, for research, let's mix everything up because we want the player to get research for the resources and for the defense and the attack all done at the same time. Just not how it works. Um, I think that's all I have for this video. So if you guys want part three of stuff, if I have more ideas, let me know in the comments below. That's all I got for today. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.